Scene script. Have you ever wondered how much time you spend on social media and how it impacts your creativity and productivity? Welcome to the first chapter of our journey into the social media trap. We're diving into the fascinating yet sometimes alarming world of social media, a world that's been designed cleverly to keep us scrolling, liking, and posting for longer than we'd like to admit. The endless feeds, the constant notifications, the irresistible urge to procrastinate, all these elements create a perfect storm, wreaking havoc on our time management. Picture this. You're casually scrolling through your feed, and before you know it, an hour, 2 hours, maybe even 3 have slipped away. Social media platforms are remarkably good at this, capturing our attention and making us lose track of time. This phenomenon, known as a time sink, is one of the many ways social media impacts our daily lives. But the time sink is only the tip of the iceberg. Picture those frequent notifications that buzz, ping, and pop up, interrupting your workflow, your leisure time, your moments of solitude. They fragment our focus, making it challenging to manage our time effectively, pulling us away from the tasks that matter. And let's not forget about procrastination, social media's sly accomplice. It's all too easy to divert our attention from pressing tasks to the vibrant, engaging world of social media. It beckons us with the promise of a quick break, a funny meme, or a catchy video, only to trap us in a cycle of endless scrolling. These factors combine to form the social media trap, a vortex that sucks in our time and energy, leaving less room for creativity and productivity. But the rabbit hole goes deeper. It's clear that social media can be a serious time sink, but what about its effects on our creativity? Well, stay tuned, because that's the question we'll be tackling in the next chapter. Do you feel overwhelmed by the amount of information on social media, or do you find yourself comparing your life to others? Welcome to the creativity crisis, a phenomenon where social media's flood of content can lead to a feeling of information overload. This overload can be daunting, making it harder to focus on creative activities. You see, creativity requires a certain amount of mental space, a sort of quiet in the mind that allows for original thought to flourish. But with the constant bombardment of images, updates, and notifications, our minds often become too cluttered to nurture this creative quiet. There's also the issue of comparison. Social media has turned our lives into open books, making it incredibly easy to compare our own lives and achievements to those of others. This comparison culture can be quite detrimental to our creative spirit. When we compare ourselves to others, we're often comparing our behind the scenes to their highlight reels. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, which are creativity's worst enemies. The fear of not measuring up can stifle our creative impulses. We start to question our ideas and our abilities. Why bother painting when so many people are better than me? Why write a song when there are thousands of great songs already? This kind of thinking can prevent us from expressing ourselves and exploring our unique creative paths. Moreover, social media's fast-paced nature can lead us to seek instant gratification, which can also be harmful to creativity. True creativity often requires patience, persistence, and the ability to tolerate uncertainty and failure. However, in the world of social media, where likes, shares, and comments serve as immediate feedback, we might find ourselves rushing through the creative process or avoiding it altogether if it doesn't yield quick results. So the next time you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through feeds or feeling down because your life doesn't seem as exciting as others, remember that these platforms are not the whole truth. They are a carefully curated highlight reel, and comparing your real life to someone else's online persona can only lead to self-doubt and hinder your creativity. Just as social media can affect our creativity, it can also impact our productivity. Have you noticed a drop in your productivity when you're constantly switching between work and social media? Or do you feel disconnected despite being more connected than ever? As we navigate our digital world, we often find ourselves multitasking, juggling our work tasks with the constant pull of social media. But here's the kicker. Research has shown that multitasking can actually reduce the quality and speed of your work. When we're constantly shifting our attention, we're not giving any task our full focus, leading to errors and inefficiency. It's like trying to run in 2 directions at once. You're not going to get very far. And it's not just about the tasks at hand. The frequent interruptions from social media notifications can disrupt your focus, making it challenging to complete tasks efficiently. It's like having a little imp constantly tapping on your shoulder, demanding your attention. Over time, this can lead to frustration, stress, and a decrease in productivity. But the impact of social media on productivity doesn't stop there. Despite bringing people together online, social media often lacks the depth of personal interactions we experience in the real world. This can result in a sense of disconnection, leading to loneliness and reduced job satisfaction. We may be more connected than ever, but these connections can sometimes feel superficial and impersonal, lacking the richness and warmth of face-to-face interactions. This is the paradox of our digital age. We're more connected and yet often feel more alone, and this can take a toll on our productivity. After all, who can do their best work when they're feeling isolated and disconnected? So we've seen how the constant engagement with social media can lead to multitasking, a lack of focus, and impersonal connections. All of these factors can chip away at our productivity, leaving us feeling drained and unfulfilled. The negative impacts of social media are clear, but what can we do about it? Well, stick around as we delve into some strategies for mindful social media use in the next segment. Let's reclaim our time, creativity, and productivity from the social media trap, shall we? How can we strike a balance and use social media in a way that benefits us without negatively impacting our time, creativity, and productivity? Now that's the million-dollar question. The answer lies not in complete abstinence, but in mindful usage. Here are some strategies that can help. Firstly, consider setting specific times for social media use. Just like you schedule meetings or gym sessions, pencil in dedicated slots for social media. This way you maintain control over your time rather than letting it slip away in endless scrolling. Secondly, turn off non-essential notifications. Not every like, comment, or share requires your immediate attention. By muting these distractions, you can focus better on your tasks at hand, be it work, a hobby, or even a conversation. Another effective strategy is to use website blockers or apps that limit social media access during work hours. This can help curb the temptation to check your feed when you should be focusing on your work. Remember, out of sight often means out of mind. Every now and then, engage in a digital detox. This could range from a few hours in a day to a whole weekend or more. It's like hitting the reset button on your digital life, giving you the chance to reconnect with the world outside the screen and reignite your creativity. Cultivate offline hobbies and relationships. Whether it's painting, hiking, or catching up with friends over coffee, these activities not only enrich your life but also provide a healthy break from the digital world. Lastly, practice mindfulness and self-awareness. It's essential to recognize when social media is affecting you negatively. Are you feeling anxious? Are you procrastinating? Is your work suffering? If yes, it might be time to reassess your social media habits. By being intentional about our social media usage, we can harness its benefits while minimizing its drawbacks. It's all about striking a balance, folks. Remember, you control social media. Don't let it control you. So, what have we learned about the impact of social media on our time, creativity, and productivity? From our exploration, it's clear that social media can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it can be an incredible tool for connecting with others, sharing ideas, and gaining exposure to a wide range of perspectives. On the other hand, it can become a significant time sink, a constant source of distraction, and a hotbed for comparison, self-doubt, and information overload. We've dissected how social media can eat into our precious hours, with its engaging design and constant notifications making it all too easy to lose track of time. And we've seen how this can lead to procrastination, pushing those important tasks further down the to-do list. We've also delved into the impact of social media on our creativity. The sheer volume of content we're exposed to can overwhelm us, stifling our own creative impulses. The trap of comparison can lead to self-doubt, dampening our enthusiasm to create and innovate. And let's not forget the effects on productivity. The temptation to multitask, switching between work and social media, can hinder our progress and the quality of our work. Frequent interruptions disrupt our focus, and the lack of depth in online interactions can lead to feelings of loneliness and reduced job satisfaction. But it's not all doom and gloom. We've also explored strategies to mitigate these negative effects, setting specific times for social media use, turning off non-essential notifications, using apps to limit access during work hours, and engaging in regular digital detoxes can all help. Cultivating offline hobbies and relationships and practicing mindfulness and self-awareness can also go a long way in balancing our online and offline lives. Remember, the key to using social media effectively is to be mindful and intentional. It's not about completely avoiding social media, but about using it in a way that enhances our lives rather than detracting from them. By striking a balance, we can harness the benefits of social media while minimizing its impact on our time, creativity, and productivity.